And another thing about being my grandmother's primary caregiver that I have experienced, and I'm just in this state of I'm enraged, and it's just maddening to me how family has been acting. As I mentioned, my grandmother has two children, two adult children that are alive and living, kicking and going. Her oldest daughter has four children. My mother, her youngest daughter, has 9 children, 8 living. All of the rest of us are adults, right? Of all of these, both sides of these families' kids, about 6 or 8 months ago, I begged my grandmother's oldest daughter, my aunt, for help. Her says, "Yo, mama, you gotta help. I don't understand why you're not helping me." Her husband or her ex-husband, I don't know. And kids, child, they dragged me for filth. Told me about how I signed up for this. I volunteered to do it. They don't want to hear nothing from me now. Oh, well, you shouldn't have. What was I going to do? Let her rot? What the? There was a good back and forth for a couple of days. It got really, really ugly. Those relationships are forever destroyed because I asked them to help me need some respite. I told everybody, I'll do 85% of the caregiving. I don't care. This is my job. This is all of our job to take care of her, right? I'll take 85% of the care. Can y'all just take the 15, divide it up amongst the 14 of you guys so that I can get a little respite care here and again? She and her family, oh no, we fell out. Cousins that I've been close to my whole life. See, my auntie and me was closer than close. And all of a sudden, when it came time to start caring for my grandmother and I had to ask for help, everybody turned. Her oldest daughter straight up said, when I said, "You gonna help and I'm bringing her over there and I'm dropping her off and you're gonna give me a couple of weeks to break," this heifer said, "Don't you bring her over here." About her mama. I'm not even the child. I'm the grandchild. Okay? So that relationship with that aunt, the uncle, it is what it is. I ain't really fooling him like that anyway. But my cousins, and my 2 female cousins anyway, my 2 male cousins, I mean, I don't really talk to them that much, but I didn't really talk to my female cousins like that. We never had it was cool until it got time to start taking care of her. All of a sudden the shit hits the fan and I got introduced to who they really were. And that part of my family severed. Now moving on to my side of the family, my mama, her kids. I had a complete and utter mental health meltdown. I thought I was having a heart attack. It was a panic attack. I ended up collapsing in front of my family, my children, my husband, because I couldn't breathe and I was hyperventilating, which was making me pass out. But I asked my family for help. My mother, my siblings. They're also mad at me for asking for help. My grandmother's children, my grandmother's adult grandchildren, have literally been dragging me. The primary caregiver, the one who said from the beginning, "I'll take on the bulk of the work. I just need some help." I hate to be that crier on the internet, but I don't give a fuck. Listen, I've been asking my family, me, the primary caregiver, to ask the family to just do a little bit of helping with me. Help me. I'm taking care of her day-to-day needs, her many appointments. Elderly people have so many doctor's appointments. Her finances, trying to figure out with her house, her taxes. I've never been a homeowner. My taxes, I don't have taxes like her. Child, I be getting a refund. I got kids, a lot of them. She's now a widow as of March. I'm having to help her with that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm asking my family to help me. And not only is my family not helping, but I done had my aunt and my cousins and my uncle some months back just handle me so poorly for asking for help. And I had been asking for help for a long time. So by the time I got to the point of desperation where it was like, "You have to help me. I'm struggling right now." And they wouldn't do it. And then I had to force the help. And everybody got mad that I forced the help. And those relationships are ruined. For what? For nothing. And now my mother, my own mother, and my siblings, with the exception of 2, have been watching me beg for help and watching me drown. But are telling me how they can't do it because they're busy and they have kids and I have a bad back and I have stairs and I have all these different things. I'm not saying that I won't do her caregiving. I'm just asking for help. And my fucking family, not only are they not helping, but they coming at me. My mom gonna say, I'm not gonna sit here and let you make me feel bad. How am I making you feel bad? If you feel bad, it's because you should. You're not taking care of your mother. You're leaving it to me, my husband, and my 16-year-old son, who just had a mental health break himself and is currently in a mental health facility for children. All we've been asking for is help. And I'm going to continue to take care of my grandmother because that's my responsibility. She has taken care and loved on all of us. I'm not going to turn my back on her, even though it's really hard. It's really, really hard. My whole life got turned upside down. And I would do it again in a heartbeat for her. But it's making me, I don't want to say hate because it's such a strong word, but it's making me have a really negative viewpoint of damn near every family member I have, which has caused me to sever ties. And so not only do I not have help, but I'm grieving relationships with people that I love that have said some crazy, hateful stuff to me. And it's like, how can you hate me for asking you to help me look after your mother and your grandmother? Before she moved in with my family, her and my husband didn't even get along. She was, I'm going to be honest, she was not the nicest to him. And he has stepped up. He has stepped up and has been my rock. My little 16-year-old son. My children, my older son helps me take her to her appointments, and my daughter-in-law is helping me with some of her stuff too. Like, okay, you know, I have the help and I'm grateful for the help that I have, but it's just like, I think what's just bothersome is how hateful my family is being to me because I'm asking for help. I'm asking, I was begging, I've cried, I've screamed, I've yelled, I've cussed, I've fussed, and I've just forced people to help. I forced her older daughter. I dropped her off over there one day. I knocked on the door. My aunt's 18-year-old grandson came outside, and then she came out behind him, and I was like, okay, bye, and I left. Like, you're going to help. I need a respite break. You're going to help me. I had to force it. She didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it at all. Your child. My mom, I asked her for 2 weeks. She gave me 4 days. And as I'm asking her for help, and my son is begging our family for help, she's going off on us because we're forcing her to help take care of her mother. And you telling me stuff like, I don't care what you think. I don't care. I'm not doing it. You don't know the relationship. And for me, it was even like, even if you had a rough relationship with your mother, I still need help. She still needs to be looked after. I hope y'all let me vent today. I know the internet is such a dangerous place to be vulnerable, but I'm just hoping there's somebody that's like understands and can just let me vent, please. And if you have any suggestions on caregiving help that I can find, like respite help, because these places are so expensive. It's like $6,000 for 1 month of respite care. If anybody has any suggestions or something, I could really use it.